Hello guys, and welcome to a review of the new ASUS N56VZ. It is a new multimedia laptop from ASUS, the newest in the series and the one that will be on the market for 2012. It has a new design, a better performance and better sound compared to the last generation. It has a i7 3610 QM processor with 2.3 GHz of frequency with a 4-core processor. It also has 8,000 megabytes of RAM, that's 8 GB, and it has an NVIDIA GeForce GT 650M. It has a 15.6 inches big Full HD LCD screen. That is a beautiful screen for multimedia editing and watching, and it gives you a extremely clear view. It also has a matte screen that will allow you to not get reflection from any light source. One major feature with these new laptops is that they have a extremely fast waking time. They can wake, you go to school and then you can't just shut it down completely, because then you should fast open it and you should be ready to write some notes. And that's the cool thing about this new generation of laptops. They can really start up in 2 seconds. Well, they're not completely shut down, but they are in a sort of hibernating, that sort of sleep, but it turns on really fast, and that I think I'm really happy to see. It also has backlit keyboard with clicklet that I really like. It is extremely comfortable, and it also uses a extremely beautiful design. On the left side we find 2 USB 3 ports, an HDMI and LAN port, and a VGA. On the right side we find the power button, a CD drive, and 2 USB 3 and a headphone and microphone jack. And just one thing to say is that the USB 3 are fully compatible with USB 2. Here we can see the sort of circular design that makes this laptop unique. My opinion is that it has a extremely nice design, but one thing that you have to know is that the metal on the within the keyboard is not unibody. It is sort of a thin piece of metal. On the front we will find a power light, a battery life, a hard drive light, a Wi-Fi light, and a caps lock light. And we will also now have a look at the touchpad. The touchpad is actually some sort of special. It's huge, but it uses a different kind of method. It doesn't have the click. It has more double touch for interacting with items. You can see it here. It has, what I think is that it has an extremely good combination of both black, metal of course, and other kind of colors. I will now do some benchmarks on the computer so you guys can see how quick and fast it is. I will be using HyperCam 2 to record it, and Fraps to find the frames per second in the game. I will be using Heaven DirectX 11 benchmark, and I will be testing the CPU with the Prime 95 with core temperature and MSI afterburner. So let's get to it. So it's now set all up and ready to go. We have the task manager in the down right corner so you guys can see how much the CPU is stressed. And yeah, it's all just to start. Let's go. We start with about 40 to 50 degrees that can't be felt on the notebook itself. and let's give it a few minutes so we can see how high the temperature will come. So we now have a sort of high temperature, but one thing to know is that you can't feel the heat. Yes, you can feel the heat if you put your fingers down to the exhaust, but you can't feel the heat around the, around the keyboard area. Now let's test the graphic with these settings, and let's click 1. You guys don't have to see it all, so I will be testing this. I will then record the final result, and then you guys can see it in about 1 second. So here you can see it got 25 FPS. That is not that great, but considering it is a kind of laptop that you can use in school and also has extremely good power, it is a good result. It can't be running like Skyrim and other published games without some problems at medium graphic. So let's now test the battery life. We take up Microsoft Words and try to test it. For the battery life, I get around 4.3 hours of usage, and here we can see the hard drive. It is not that fast, just as you know. It is extremely slow on startup, and that's one of the key disadvantages about this laptop. It is really slow around the hard drive, but you can feel it if you use the fast opened. Then we will get some software included. One is this. It will be some sort of music maker, and this is so a power directive to video editing, and they are all free. You get a free copy of all these programs, and they will be pre-installed on the computer when you buy it. So that's a key feature. And the programs are extremely good. I can say I love this laptop. It is a little bit thick, and I could have some better battery life, but it is so recommendable, and I will totally recommend you buy it. So subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.